Welcome all to the Bendigo Bank Bendigo Junior Football League 2021 vote count for the best and fairest. On behalf of AFL Central Victoria and the Bendigo Junior Football League, we thank the clubs, volunteers, parents, supporters and officials for their hard work during the interrupted home and away season. Without their efforts, the players wouldn't be able to compete each week. Thanks also to the BJFL Advisory Committee led by John Hewitt for helping to ensure competition runs as smoothly as possible. The Bendigo Junior Football League would like to acknowledge the main sponsors, Bendigo Bank, IGA and Cavalier Homes, for their continued support, along with great ideas, awards and gifts for supplying the trophies, and Steamatic for their support of the Bendigo Umpires Association. Well done to all the players, coaches and umpires for their efforts each week. Tonight we're here to recognise the best and fairest player from each division. A full list of tonight's votes will be uploaded to the BJFL website by the end of the week. We'll now turn our attention to the Under-14 Reserves 1 grade. The season started off with close games between Kangaroo Flat and Huntly, and South Bendigo and Kangaroo Flat in the following round. After the midway point of the season, it was a two-team race for top spot, with South Bendigo and Golden Square both sitting on 20 points, Maiden, Gully, YCW not far behind in third place on 12 points. The rest of the season saw close games between Kangaroo Flat and Strathfieldsaye in round 9, and Huntly and Strathfieldsaye in round 10. After 12 hard-fought rounds, it was Sandhurst who were crowned minor premiers, finishing the season with an impressive 10 wins and 2 losses. In close second was Strathfieldsaye with 8 wins and 4 losses, and finishing third was Huntly with 6 wins and 6 losses. Last weekend was meant to be the start of the TROBE University Final Series. The Under-14 Reserves 1 grade was shaping up to be very competitive, with the minor premiers Sandhurst looking to take the ultimate prize, but the Dragons were going to have to tussle with the likes of Strathfieldsaye and Huntly, who had given them a good battle earlier on in the year. Good luck to all competing in finals, and we hope we can finish the season strong once restrictions have lifted. Let's start the counting of the votes in the Under-14 Reserves 1 Best and Fairest for season 2021 with the leaderboard after round 4. In fourth place, there are 10 players tied with 3 votes. In third place, with 4 votes from Sandhurst, Carter Reid. In second place, with 5 votes from South Bendigo, Spencer Lavery. And leading after round 4 with 6 votes from Maiden, Gully, YCW, Oliver Clapp. Round 5. South Bendigo versus Strathfieldsaye. 1 vote, Strathfieldsaye, Joseph Buchanan. 2 votes, South Bendigo, Nicholas Masullo. 3 votes, Strathfieldsaye, Cooper Wilson. Kangaroo Flat versus Sandhurst. 1 vote, Sandhurst, Charlie Bannon. 2 votes, Sandhurst, Miller Nile. 3 votes, Sandhurst, Carter Reid. Round 7. Kangaroo Flat versus Huntly. 1 vote, Kangaroo Flat, Jack Burns. 2 votes, Huntly, Lachlan Wilson. 3 votes, Huntly, Marcus Dunstan. Sandhurst versus Strathfieldsaye. 1 vote, Sandhurst, Miller Nile. 2 votes, Sandhurst, Oliver Stewart. 3 votes, Sandhurst, Carter Reid. South Bendigo versus Maiden Gully. Maiden Gully, 1 vote, Noah Wakefield. 2 votes, Maiden Gully, Noah Haddon. 3 votes, South Bendigo, Angus Cummins. Round 8. Sandhurst versus Huntly. 1 vote, Huntly, Ben Miller. 2 votes, Sandhurst, Miller Nile. 3 votes, Sandhurst, Carter Reid. South Bendigo versus Kangaroo Flat. 1 vote, Kangaroo Flat, Xavier Coggle. 2 votes, Kangaroo Flat, Taj Blytheman. 3 votes, Kangaroo Flat, Oliver Lowndes. Strathfieldsaye versus Maiden Gully. 1 vote, Maiden Gully, Zach Turner. 2 votes, Strathfieldsaye, Max Hibbs. 3 votes, Strathfieldsaye, Cooper Wilson. Round 9. Kangaroo Flat versus Strathfieldsaye. 1 vote, Kangaroo Flat, Jack Burns. 2 votes, Strathfieldsaye, Jack Molloy. 3 votes, Strathfieldsaye, Brock Greenwood. Huntly versus South Bendigo. 1 vote, South Bendigo, Harrison Jackman. 2 votes, Huntley, Miller Code. 3 votes, Huntley, Ben Miller. Maiden Gully versus Sandhurst. 1 vote, Sandhurst, Kai O'Hare. 2 votes, Sandhurst, Miller Armstrong. 3 votes, Sandhurst, Carter Reid. Round 10, South Bendigo versus Sandhurst. 1 vote, Sandhurst, Oliver Stewart. 2 votes, Sandhurst, Chase Poyser. 3 votes, Sandhurst, Kai O'Hare. Huntley versus Strathfieldsaye. 1 vote, Strathfieldsaye, Cooper Wilson. 2 votes, Huntley, Miller Code. 3 votes, Huntley, Lachlan Wilson. Maiden Gully versus Kangaroo Flat. 1 vote, Kangaroo Flat, Jack Burns. 2 votes, Kangaroo Flat, Braden Franken. 3 votes, Kangaroo Flat, Jai Dingfelder. And the leaderboard after round 10 in the under-14 reserves 1 best and fairest. There are 4 players tied in 4th position with 6 votes. From Maiden Gully, Oliver Clapp. From Huntley, Ben Miller. From Kangaroo Flat, Oliver Lowndes and Jack Burns. In equal 2nd place with 8 votes from Strathfieldsaye, Cooper Wilson, and from Sandhurst, Miller Nile. And in 1st place after round 10 with 16 votes from Sandhurst is Carter Reid. Let's continue with the votes and round 11. Sandhurst versus Kangaroo Flat. 1 vote, Sandhurst, Ben Osborne Story. 2 votes, Kangaroo Flat, Oliver Lowndes. 3 votes, Kangaroo Flat, Taj Blytheman. Strathfieldsaye versus South Bendigo. 1 vote, Strathfieldsaye, Brodie Schindler. 2 votes, Strathfieldsaye, Digby Parkinson. 3 votes, Strathfieldsaye, Josh Mundy. Maiden Gully versus Huntley. 1 vote, Huntley, Miller Code. 2 votes, Huntley, Jack Cook. 3 votes, Huntley, Ben Miller. Round 14. Sandhurst versus Maiden Gully. 1 vote, Sandhurst, Jack McCarthy. 2 votes, Sandhurst, Carter Reid. 3 votes, Sandhurst, Chase Poyser. Huntley versus South Bendigo. 1 vote, South Bendigo, Jack McMurray. 2 votes, Huntley, Ben Miller. 3 votes, Huntley, Adam Triplett. Strathfieldsaye versus Kangaroo Flat. 1 vote, Strathfieldsaye, William Bartlett. 2 votes, Kangaroo Flat, Xavier Coghill. 3 votes, Strathfieldsaye, Cooper Wilson. Round 16. Kangaroo Flat versus Sandhurst. 1 vote, Sandhurst, Lewis Sims. 2 votes, Sandhurst, Thomas Smith. 3 votes, Sandhurst, Jack McCarthy. South Bendigo versus Strathfieldsaye. 1 vote, South Bendigo, Jack Murray. 2 votes, Strathfieldsaye, Cooper Wilson. 3 votes, Strathfieldsaye, Ethan Giddings. Huntley versus Maiden Gully. 1 vote, Maiden Gully, Henry Clark. 2 votes, Huntley, Ben Miller. 3 votes, Huntley, Miller Code. And the final leaderboard after the under-14 reserves 1 best and fairest for season 2021. In 8th place, tied with 6 votes, Oliver Clapp of Maiden Gully and Jack Burns of Kangaroo Flat. In 7th place, with 7 votes from Kangaroo Flat, Taj Blytheman. Tied for 4th with 8 votes from Huntley, Miller Code, from Kangaroo Flat, Oliver Lowndes, and from Sandhurst, Miller Nile. Tied for 2nd with 13 votes, Ben Miller from Huntley and Cooper Wilson from Strathfieldsaye. And the winner of the under-14 reserves 1 best and fairest for season 2021 from the Sandhurst Football Netball Club with 18 votes is Carter Reid. Congratulations to Carter Reid for winning the under-14 reserves 1 grade best and fairest for season 2021. Carter had a terrific season for Sandhurst with a best on ground and even kicking 15 goals for the season. He managed to poll votes in 7 of the 12 rounds this season and helped his team to finish first on the ladder.